Hey everybody, this is Ray Money and Company Daily Discussions. I'm back with another podcast. What this is talking about is regarding the words kind versus nice. I actually did a little short live on YouTube regarding this topic and the differentiation between those two words. The reason why is because for years I've been called a nice guy, and it gets really frustrating to hear that because a lot of people don't know the implications of calling somebody nice. And when you try to break it down to them, they think, oh, well, you're just trying to be complex or just be too deep. No, etymology, which if you listen to the first episode of my podcast a few years back, you'll understand that is the origins of words and everything has a beginning base. There's a lot of nuance in many of the things that we encounter in life, regardless of how you think it is. From what we say to what we see to what we hear, we can break it down to a minimalist degree. So that's what the theme of this podcast is going to be about. It's not going to be about the topic, it's going to also be about nuance. And at the end, I'll also add a clip to explain the origin of the word nice. Thank you.
I want to discuss about a topic that's been really irking me lately, and that's about the phrasing and really the supposed similarities between the words kind and nice. So you're probably wondering, oh, most of you are thinking, oh, yeah, that's the same thing. No, they're not synonyms. They're not. And the reason why is being kind is more of a selfless act and it's something that you're doing that is a generous action. While nice is, oh, it's more, is it pleasant? It's pleasant. And if you know the subtext of pleasant, it's technically to please. That's what pleasant is, to please. So no, you're don't be coming at me with, oh, nice and kind is the same thing. One of my former pharmacists that I used to work with was very perplexed when I made that distinction to her, and she wanted to really rebuttal that, but I just cut it off because I'm not trying to hear that. Because I just said it shortly right there, the distinction, I mean, the difference of why they're dissimilar. And if you don't understand that, I don't know what to say. I truly do not know what to say to you. And yes, I'm in my car with my AC blasted. It is cold here in Washington. It is below 40 degrees at the moment. Beautiful day though. Really, really sunny. Man, thank goodness I still got my cut from a week ago still looks sharp. Natural hair. I'm just hype I can rock a high fade right now. And it's not just I'm not receding or nothing, thank goodness. But yeah, guys, that's why I want to talk about kind and kind versus nice. I'd rather be a kind person than a nice person. I don't know folks that would rather be, "Hey, how you doing, Joseph?" So what I just said, I'll go back to what I was saying when it comes to being kind versus nice. I'd rather be kind because that's an act of selfishness and following the golden rule. Do unto others as you would want others to do to you. While nice, another a synonym for nice is pleasant, and I said pleasant. Think of it as to please. Pleasant, so to please. That's and another thing too. I can't remember if this is true or not, but I was listening to a YouTuber years ago. He said that the Greek meaning of the word nice is actually naive. So if I want to make a correlation between pl- uh, pleasing to naive, yeah, you can see that because a lot of people that are people pleasers, They're just naive because it's not even being naive as it being taken advantage of. They're also just naive as in, oh, this is how you're supposed to do something. Nah, nah. LL Cool J said one time in an interview years back, he said, "I'm not a nice guy. I try to be a good guy." And he says, "I try to be a good guy." Because if you follow God, you know, He's the one that's gonna make that discernment at the end of the day. That's the truth. I think I'm a decent person. I don't think I'm a good person. There's stuff that I've never done anything criminal, but a lot of folks would try to compare and say, "Hey, compared to what I did, you're gonna reach the pearly gates." It's like, hey, man, that's not how life ends up working. That's just the truth. Life does not work out that way. And I posted something on my IG story. If you ever want to follow me on my IG, my linking my link tree. I was gonna say my LinkedIn. My link tree is posted on the YouTube channel. I don't think I have my IG on there. So my IG is Ray Money 1997. That's my IG. That's the only time I'm gonna say that. But on my IG story right now, what's up? What's up, chill? On my IG story, what I said was being kind, being nice isn't kind, and being sympathetic is not being empathetic. And one of my friends reached out, said, "What happened?" And I'll give you some subtext, some context. So I just went to the hospital and I saw one of my close family friends. I call him my uncle. I've known him since I was 9, 10 years old. He literally just got done with surgery. This is the third time he's had uh this is the third time he's had a neurological brain surgery in the past 4 years. And I'm happy as people there for him, but it's just really, really annoying that when you see folks in predicaments, you see who's really there. I'm not saying you gotta fly over and see him, but if I was in his position, I would rather have people be, texting, calling, FaceTime, because the phones can do so much. They really can. And I know that he has people that definitely are thinking about him, but with something like that, with a neurological surgery, that's life or death. It really life changing at least. I'm just happy he's doing good though. So that's prayers for that. Yo, what up, Cash? How you doing? Man, I got Pilates later today too. My first time doing Pilates. I've done yoga, but I've never done Pilates. It's gonna kick me in the ass. I appreciate the likes and I appreciate all the watchers. I appreciate you guys commenting, saying hi. I really do. And I love this phone I got. I got the iPhone 17 Pro. Great camera quality. You know, when I look at myself, I usually look at myself, man, I'm like a 5 or 6, but I feel a lot better looking at myself today. It's a better mirror than the one I got in my bathroom. I'll say that. If you guys have a question about kind versus nice, you can just drop what you think. Do you think they're the same or different? Because I already told you my answer. I said no, but especially the action itself. But if you're the opposite of that, please say something.
Now that I've let you come to your own determination of which one you'll rather be, meaning nice or kind, I'm gonna tell you what I found out about the word nice years ago. Nice is a Middle English slash Latin term. I mean, Middle English. This is about 13th century. That's a timeline when people say Middle English. It's a Middle English Latin term that was used, and it actually is traced back to the root word of necessius, which is spelled Nesius, and it's actually Nacius. That's how you say it. I wasn't pronouncing it right. My bad. Yeah. So it traces back to that Latin word Nacius, meaning not knowing or ignorant. And the reason why is because the ne, not ni, ne, is not, and the remaining syllable is to know. So not knowing. That's where it comes from. It really meant, and if you know the word ignorant, it means that you're foolish as well. So that's the actual origin of the word nice. Because if you really want me to just put it down in layman terms, it means you're naive. Because you might be doing something right, but it's not in the act of knowing why you're doing it. And as time went on to the 14th to the 15th, 16th century, it went from just being precise and scrupulous or refined to now the common modern day usage of delightful and the word that has become synonymous with the synonym that people think it is for kind. But I just want to let you guys know that that's the etymology of the word nice, and please break down the words that you use in your everyday life. I'm just telling you, something you might be using it wrong. Peace.